Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you how to correctly adapt a vintage lens onto a almost equally vintage Canon EOS Elan. I bought an adapter for this M42 lens recently, and I found that the camera did not want to work properly. The mirror kept sticking up and it would give me a battery indicator as a warning on the LCD screen. And there's one small modification you can make to make it actually work properly. Why it doesn't do this from the factory, I don't know, but I'm going to show you how to make a slight modification to the adapter to make it work, and it's very easy. Now I will say that this modification is specific to this adapter and this model of camera. Other models of cameras may be similar, other models of adapters may be similar, but I can't say that for sure. So just, check your own camera to make sure it's going to be close enough to this, and of course you're doing that at your own risk. So this adapter will mount to any M42 lens because it's an M42 adapter. To remove the lens from this body, you simply press this button, rotate the lens counterclockwise, and it comes off. I'll show you what this adapter looks like. It simply unscrews from the camera as you would expect. And here we are. This is what we're looking at. So this is the Photossi M42 EF. This is a Canon EF mount. On the back I've put a piece of white adhesive vinyl, and that is to prevent this mount from touching these contacts. Honestly, I don't think it actually touches them, but when I was getting the battery warning, that was my first thought, is it shorting out these pins? Well, I'll tell you, it's not. If you know anything about these vintage Canon cameras, they have a lot of micro switches and they cause some issues. So let me show you exactly what was causing that. Here on the mount, and I will show you a close-up here in just a second, there is a little switch. That switch is located right here, and it is disengaged when it is in this position. It is engaged when it is in that position. So if you move it up, it will engage the switch, and that lets the camera know that there's a lens attached to the camera. When it sees a lens attached to the camera, it's going to be looking for data from these pins. If it doesn't see it, I'll show you what it does. So I'm going to turn this camera on to just the manual mode, and with no lens on the camera, so this switch is not engaged, and with these pins not connected, it will fire as it's supposed to whatever shutter speed you have selected. Then if you are to attach a lens to a camera by moving this switch here, alright, no pins contacting, alright, it may or may not take a photo, that I'm not sure of yet, but the mirror locks up, and then if you press the button again, the shutter release button, it will lower the mirror. And then let's see what that looks like from the screen. I'll show you the warning that you get. You see that warning there? It's just flashing the battery indicator. Alright, that's what was happening to me with this adapter. And let me show you what I changed in this adapter to make that fix. So this is one of the flanges for the mount, and it used to be up here, and I've filed it back, I don't know, about 2 or 3 millimeters. Why have I done that? Because this is the part of the lens, if you're having a real lens, or this adapter, that is interfering with that micro switch, or it's engaging that micro switch to tell the camera that there is a lens on it. On the camera, that's what you're looking at right here. So when you rotate this adapter like this and it clicks into place, it is this area right here that presses that switch. All I did was I took a needle file like this and I just filed away a little bit. I did scratch up the mount a little bit, but I mean, does it really matter? No. And that is honestly it. That's all you have to do to make one of these adapters work with your lens. I would imagine that some of the lens mounts or the mount adapters will work just fine, but for whatever reason this one didn't. And if you follow these instructions and you are careful with your adapter, you know, these things are pretty cheap, you're not going to run into any issues. Just make sure you clean off any metal shavings so they don't get into your camera, and then you can shoot with impunity. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, see ya.